All right, Brian Yanis, thank you so much. Let's bring in Fox News contributor and former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo. Mr. Secretary, could you listen to Lloyd Austin, Defense Secretary? This is yesterday.
And I want to reassure Americans that these objects do not present a military threat to anyone on the ground. They do, however, present a risk to civil aviation and potentially an intelligence collection threat. We don't know if they were actually collecting intelligence, but because of the route that they took, out of an abundance of caution, we want to make sure that we have the ability to examine what these things are and potentially what they were doing.
There is this glaring contradiction about the first balloon that traversed the entire country and then was shot down over waters in the Atlantic, and then these other three that were shot down immediately, sir.
Yes, Dana, it's confusing. One of the primary responsibilities for American security is to share with the American people accurate information so they know what's going on. If there's things that can't be shared with the American people, Dana, they have a way to do it. They can do it with a Gang of Eight or with the intelligence committees or more broadly with all of Congress. They haven't done that. President Biden should be speaking to the American people, not sending out proxies, spokespeople, to talk about what has clearly become a very significant issue. And I've talked to allies across the world. They're wondering, too, what the heck is going on? The United States allowed a balloon to travel for 5 days across the United States. They lose confidence in America. And if you add that to the fact President Biden failed to protect 13 American soldiers when we got out of Afghanistan, he invited a minor incursion into Ukraine, and now this is weakness, and it's provocative, Dana. So this balloon is part of a symptom. It is a symptom. It is a thread in American national security policy, and that's the real danger here.
Do you think that the other three that were shot down were Chinese?
Oh, goodness, Dana, I don't know. I hope they know. I hope they. Originally, they said they didn't know what they shot down. Now they're confirming that they didn't present any risk to anyone on the ground. We don't know what all is in these balloons, and we don't know what the greater strategic plan is. I hope that they do. They've shown no indication yet that they have their arms around this.
Is it possible that there is an overreaction to what is normal, regular old spying that countries do on each other?
Well, as the former CIA director, I'm deeply aware of espionage and efforts by lots of countries to do these kinds of things in terms of collection. But if you ask if there's an overreaction, this is out of pattern. This is not normal to shoot down 4 things in a handful of days, Dana. This is very different than anything the United States has engaged in before. And so an explanation is required for why they are treating these objects differently, why they permitted what was really shame on America. For the Biden administration to allow this balloon to traverse the country for 5 days. Even if they stop the collection, the geopolitical risk is great. No, this is different than anything that the American people have seen in an awfully long time, Dana.
I was kind of surprised that the White House yesterday at the briefing kind of mocked people who are concerned or worried or thinking like, well, if you're not going to tell us what it is, of course people are going to try to imagine what it could possibly be. All of a sudden, 3 unidentified flying objects that were shot down by the United States. And that condescension doesn't sit well.
No, they should never be condescending, speak down to the American people. They are right to ask the question, what the heck is going on? And if you can't explain it, at least explain it to our representatives in Congress. They've chosen not to do that. They then shot these things down. I'm glad they recovered this equipment. But yes, your point is well taken. The American people shouldn't go to the darkest corners at every moment. That's not appropriate either. Mm-hmm. But it is very reasonable for the American people to ask what the heck is going on? Why have you chosen to shoot these things down when you had never done that before?
Last question. Are you surprised that our missile missed the first time when they were trying to shoot that one over Lake Huron?
A little bit surprised. I don't know the conditions. I don't know the range. Our military is as good as any in the world. Mm-hmm. I'm confident that we're doing good work. I have confidence in those folks. I don't know what happened to that particular missile. Sometimes things happen, Dana.
All right, Mike Pompeo with us this morning. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you.